can pass it on to Christy. She also says she has questions.
Hey, Christy.
Hi. That was actually one question I had, though it's been brushed off. But the other one is...
It's been answered.
It's been answered.
Right.
So the other one is how well do you deal with... I know there's quite a lot of cyberbullying. There's a lot of negativity on social media, and we have too many bitter people.
Yes.
How do you handle that? Because I think when I go through most of your posts and the comments, we have good comments, we have positive comments, but there's always those few people, there'll always be negative regardless of whether the post is positive and it's not bashing anybody. How do you get to handle the negative criticism or the cyberbullying that you get?
Well, two things. First of all, I love the block button.
Okay.
And I use it very well. One of the first things I ever said to Hellen when I was on her show was, the block button is a God-given feature. I really believe that.
I remember.
Yeah. Secondly, I don't go through all of the comments, but the ones I do see, I shoot them down. And then, the way to handle it is, the world is comprised of many different people. You can't please everybody. Just know what you need to do and do that.
And how well do you protect, because I know you protect your wife and your family very much.
Yeah.
I don't think aside pictures that you'd post that are either throwbacks,
yeah.
It's very rare you'd even have your wife in a video or anything, but
The photos are blurred.
Yes, they're blurred. We never, I don't even think
Most
I know what she really looks like.
Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah, most of them are. So how well do you protect her from those people that actually know that, this is Mr. Mwewa's wife, and from that whole, because obviously there's that one person that knows what your wife looks like.
Yeah.
So how do you protect them from that whole negativity?
Yeah, well,
social...
I don't post them as much. Every once in a while I'll do it only because I want people to know that I do have a family. Okay. Because if you completely ignore it, they will ask you over and over again. But if you just put it out there every so often, just put it out there,
okay,
then they know what your status is. Yeah.
Great.
You're done?
I'm done.
Which one was your favorite episode this year?
My favorite episode
was the one that I was on. So she loved that so much.
I really don't understand.
She loved it so much that she doesn't want to mention it. Right?
Yeah.
I love Akales I taught into. I think my favorite episode was Chilesha Walia's episode.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, because I think it touched a little strings in me here, there, and she was very open. It was very educatable, so not like the others, but I think she had a story to tell, because nobody knew Chilesha Walia had that side of her. Now we understand where that very famous song. Yes, where it comes from, the lyrics, the time she used to drink quite a lot, it comes from a certain story in her past. So that was one of my favorite, apart from Roberto's, but hey, God.
So from the last time we spoke, I was telling Mr. Mwewa that the last time we spoke with me and him, he told me that you'll no longer be posting about Chilopia Tayali,
okay,
because it's messed up with his business. But he continued, so he gave me the response. He says you can just summarize the answer you gave me.
Yeah, well, the answer, she asked me, she said, on the last show you promised not to talk about him, and I said I wouldn't. But I've changed it because I realized that evil thrives when good people are silent. When you see someone doing something wrong on a grand scale and nobody challenges it, that's wrong. That's wrong. I am just as guilty of allowing evil to thrive with my silence. I have to speak up. And incidentally, even though I lost that deal, it came back. That was the consolation, is that it came back. So really, at the end of the day, you just have to be who you are. Just be who you are and leave it at that.
Okay, so the last time we spoke, we were talking about your broken marriage, and you had not found love. Now we want to know if there's any from there.
Break it down, girl.
We just want to know,
I have.
Yeah.
I have found love.
Roberto,
I looked everywhere.
I like that.
And
Where?
funny,
Where'd you get it?
And the funny part is, I think it was right there. I just didn't notice that it was there. So yeah, it's a fairy tale story. But he DM'd, I DM'd back, and the rest is history.
Oh, reply to those DMs.
Ladies, reply to those DMs. So yeah, he DM'd him, and he's an amazing soul. He's accepted my past. He loves my kids. And yeah, so for
Well,
now,
good for you.
yeah, so there's still love out there even after divorce. It's not the end of the world. You still need to just have hope. Just work on yourself. I always insist, after divorce, there's no need to rush into a relationship to feel whole all again. Take time, learn yourself, value yourself, you know. Just do you for a bit. There's everything wrong with having to be in a relationship and bleed on other people, you know, because you'll be like, men are the same and whatever. But work on yourself and somebody will come along. So I found my Cinderella shoe tight, so I hope it's true.
That's
So,
lovely.
Yeah, we're happy for you.
I'm in a good place.
That's good. That's good. Roberto, you were talking about fake song, because I remember last time we talked about how because I was asking you why you had to emphasize on the fact that you buy new socks every time you're traveling and you are trying to bring to light that. So have you seen a difference? Because even just, I saw recently when just the song came out, you posted something about when you go to China or India, you don't come with an accent, but when you go to Europe, and then already some people are being negative on that post. Like somebody was saying, why don't you do a song with Wizkid? Just tell me about, what's Issa Rae? Issa what? Rosary. How did you meet her, and how are you handling those things now, the negatives about telling you you're not this big, Roberto, you are like that? Just tell us about that.
The interesting thing is that our industry is full of negatives and positives. So if you focus more on your negatives, it means you're negative. And I always want to focus on the positives. I feel like at some point I was really bitter with everything that was going on in regards to my music, and how we are so selective of who we feel are better artists than the other. It shouldn't be like that, because we're all different. My name is Roberto, and then there's another artist by a different name. If my song comes on radio, after my song is done, the radio station does not shut down. They'll play another song. It doesn't mean that the next song that they're playing is better than my song. No, we're all equal. But you always have people that will have certain preferences, and you need to accept that, and that's just the way it is. Now, when it comes to collaborations and that sort of thing, it's something that I have come to understand. A lot of people want to see certain collaborations work, but there's a lot of red tape, I'll tell you that for a fact. So, for example, there was a time when a lot of people were saying, no, do a song with Diamond, do a song with Diamond. We actually have been pressing for a song with Diamond for almost 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
There was a time I think I was shooting the Vitamin U video in Tanzania with Vanessa Mdee. The person that actually took me out after the shoot is Diamond's manager. So we have like that mutual relationship ongoing. But when it comes to business, it's totally different. They had demanded $20,000, and then they demanded to say, okay, listen, you're gonna fly him, and then he was going out with Zari. He said, you're gonna fly him and Zari to South Africa. He only shoots with this person. Then you have to dress him. So everything came to almost about $28,000 just to feature Diamond. And then I was like looking at my pocket saying, and on top of that, I still need to promote this song, right?
Yeah.
You get my point. So the thing is, people do want to see these collaborations work, but there's a lot behind what people demand. So it's not like we don't want to make things work. We do want to make things work. I've met Wizkid before. I think before even people knew Wizkid, I was friends with him. The guys will tell you on radio that I was the first person who played Holla at Your Boy because he gave it to me personally the time I went for the MTV Awards in Nigeria. So if you do your mathematics and you go back in history, you notice the time that there was MTV Awards and the time that Holla at Your Boy was coming out, it's pretty much the same time. So all these people are people that I know, but they are signed onto other record labels that now determine what they should do, how they should do it. So we do want to work on those collaborations. So it's not like I don't want to work on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, to the guys with the negatives, hey man,
Business
that's their life. And you know, sometimes you just look at situations. I can't respond to everybody and that sort of thing. You know what I mean? I've got a life that I need to, you know, look at, and a business that I need to run and that sort of thing. So we continue making music. Those that want to be negative, let them be negative. But at the end of the day, we all know what we want to pursue, and I'll continue doing what I want to do.
Cool. So, do you have any questions for her? I don't want to do a lot of questions. What?
Hold on.
For the artists, it's very easy. We have tried as much as possible that an artist gets this easily done. So all you do is get in touch with us. We'll give you a link that you have to will help you create a profile. So you help us fill in your information, your artist information, your song information, you sign a consent form, and we're signing the consent form to protect both the artist and to protect mingotainment, because we realize that music is everywhere out there. So we're trying to protect the music so that in case of anything, you do not walk to us and say, why is my music on the application? And so all you do is sign the consent form, upload it, and you keep loading your music. It's as easy as that. It's about a 5-minute sign up. You can edit your profile in case you change names, in case you want certain music put down, or all of that. We actually give you credentials. So we don't load the content for you. You load your own content. So you have control over your content and you get to interact with your fans. So if a fan, for instance, puts up a comment, they like your song, it's a beautiful video and all of that, how can I get your music? You can actually get to interact with your fans and give them leads as to what really their questions are. You give them responses and the like.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Were you guys working together at Q?
Yeah, we worked together for a long time.
Yeah.
So, how many DMs did he hit at you before you realized? Now, I just want to know. Like, how many times did he DM you and then you ignored him?
No, but you know that. Okay, let me explain this.
No.
Wait. Let me actually explain the DM
Christy,
part.
listen.
So how it,
Hold on.
I didn't ignore him.
Hold on,
One
but
DM and it was done.
Damn. It was that easy?
No, like let me explain the process. it's because I liked him. Okay.
Before or after the DM?
No, before the DM.
Okay.
So
you used to ignore him?
Yes, I used to ignore him. Like I would like his statuses. We would talk like here, there, he would comment. He has a very crazy humor, so it works with my kind of humor when I'm posting crazy stuff on social media. So I liked him. So I posted. I think I shared a meme that said, "Just ask me if you want my number. DM me if you want my number. I'm really not gonna hesitate, especially if I have a crush on you." And he just sent a DM to say, "May I have your number, Future?" And I said, "Future?" He's like, "Future wifey." And I said, "Oh, there we go. The man that knows what he wants there." And then bang. And
damn it. The brothers were late. Okay, final question. Seeing that, of course, you coming from, like a relationship that one would say, okay, did not work out and that sort of thing. Do you feel that there's a lot that other women might need to know going forward? Those that are probably in relationships right now and they're just holding on because they just want to hold on. You know what I mean? Because sometimes there's so many people who could be in relationships and they feel, if I leave, society will look at me like this, and families and that sort of thing. Do you feel like you look at love a little more different now?
yes.
And what would you advise a woman who's probably in a relationship right now and they are there basically because
They have to.
you know what I mean? Like, it's because of family and children, that sort of thing, but then they just don't have that personal freedom to say, like, not, I'm gonna walk out. What would you advise that woman?
Darling, wear your Usain Bolt shoes and run as fast as you can. It's
The interview's over, thank you very much.
it's more of, like I always say, you don't owe anybody a perfect relationship. You owe the world your sanity, peace, and happiness. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to be in a toxic relationship, and don't stay because of the kids. Those kids will grow up one day, they'll leave, and you'll still be with that person. So what's left to hold on to? As much as divorce, I'm not an advocate for divorce. I'll never advise anybody to walk away from their home. I'll never, and she knows that. No matter how bad things get for people, I always ask one thing, to say, what is it that you want? Because at the end of the day, don't blame anybody for decisions you made personally for yourself. But then also remember that your happiness is your priority. So if you're going to leave your happiness in the hands of somebody that's going to be toxic with you, or that's going to blame game, or you're gonna fight about it, or because family wants you to stay in a Shipikisha club arrangement, I remember telling my mom, I said, I am leaving my home not because you failed as a mother to make me a better person or to raise me, but it's because my peace, sanity, and happiness really matter, and I need to let it go. And I also need to free the other person, because they also have a life, so they have happiness. So my advice to women out there mostly is, you know what, at the end of the day, you don't owe the world any explanation. Do you? Peace, happiness matter, and your sanity. And there's enough wine while it's those depressing moments. You'll get over it.
How long have you been married? He's laughing at you. How long have you been married?
20 years.
Wow.
20 years.
That's
Wow.
amazing. That's amazing.
So what would you say has kept you guys together for 20 years?
Well, understanding each other, and that takes time. Yeah, it takes time, and also, being there for each other. I know that sounds sort of cliche, But when you truly understand that you're there for her and she's there for you, it works much better.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just to add on to what he's saying, I feel like there are a lot of, and also based on what Christy said, I feel like there are a lot of relationships nowadays that people rush into because they've seen another person. You know what I mean? Like get into a relationship or get married. You know, because like nowadays people look forward to a wedding and not marriage.
Married.
Yes,
That's true. That's true.
And we spend a lot of money on decorating the wedding, but not decorating and taking care of our marriage.
Oh, somebody give that man a pulpit. He's about to preach.
Yes. Amen.
Amen.
So how would you describe, say, your first 6 years in marriage?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes. Seeing that now you've been
It
really...
was an adjustment.
Is it, right?
Yeah, it was. Listen, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage, only perfect intentions. My intentions towards my wife and her intentions towards me are perfect. But the union is fractured because you have to learn one another. You have to learn each other's step, you know, and that only happens over time. And once you get the rhythm right, it's cement. It's cement in the sun.
Oh,
Okay.
got it.
We've learned one or two things,
Can
right?
I ask Roberto something?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah, I'm
so
coming
listen-
to you.
so
He
listen.
asked you. You asking. You both asked Mr. Mwewa.
Okay, so the interview is done. It's been fun. It's been great. All right. You've been gathered.
Do you have a question for
Oh
him?
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. These two know each other too well, so they're like, don't
Why
ask
did she
me.
ban me?
Don't ask me that. Don't. Ask.
No, but like I think Roberto genuinely has a very beautiful wife, and she's amazing. She's an amazing soul. She's a sweet soul. I've known her even before they got married. We've had our chill moments with the queen. So yeah, but I want to ask, how do you manage to protect her from groupies? Because we have been in the industry for a bit. I've seen, you know, there are those groupies that whether he's married, he's not married, I'm going to Pampamina. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I care less what the wife would think or how she'll feel, but how do you protect her from all that fracas and the mess?
Wow. Of course, there are messages in my DM.
I know, you just don't reply them.
No, you know, the thing is, people look at you in two ways. When you do not respond, they take it you're big-headed. When you do respond, oh, that was easy.
Yes.
You get my point. So it's looked at in two ways. And initially, I would say I made a huge mistake exposing her to the world, because how many times have you asked to interview her and she's not
Yeah,
accepted?
she doesn't want to.
Because that's who she is. Like, she doesn't want to be, you know what I mean, in the limelight at all. And I basically placed her in the front line, not because I just wanted people to know her, but it's who I am. I need to appreciate the person that I'm with. You get my point? Behind everything, my success and everything else, she's there. A lot of the decisions I've made, she's been the person who say, you know, do this, do that. You get my point? And it's just a way in which I want to be. I don't usually expose her on my other Roberto platforms, but on my personal platform. But then again, I cannot hide her from society. So she's one of those people who she does not want to be in the forefront of anything. There are people who, it's funny because I was telling her the other day, say it's amazing how the people that comment on her photos and the people that are in her inbox are two different people. The men don't comment on her photos, but they are in her inbox.
Because they know you will see the comments of the photo.
But she's my wife. Like, I have access to her Facebook. I have access to everything. You get my point, right? There are all sorts of, oh, you look beautiful. Oh, this and that. You know, like, wow, can I invite you? Can I this and that? They even, oh, I miss you. This and that. And I'm like, okay, how come these people don't ever comment? But the thing is, I can't go out there and start responding, hey, why are you doing this and that?
Yeah.
You get my point, right? She knows me, I know her, and we respect each other, and it ends there. I need to respect my wife. Whatever decision she's going to make or how she's going to respond to those people, that is her decision.
Yeah.
She knows how I would feel about certain things, and I know how she would feel about certain things. So we respect each other in that regard. So, have I answered your question?
No. How do you protect her from groupies?
From groupies, I just really try my best to, number one, ensure that they need to understand and respect her that she's my wife. Mm-hmm. We had an encounter at Monday Hill one time where I was working with her hand in hand, and then someone comes and says, oh, I want to take a photo, and then this lady just pushed her off
Oh wow.
And she's like, you're with him every day. Can you give us a chance?
Oh my God.
So I
She
said,
said
hold
that?
on. Yeah, she did.
My
So I said, listen, for you to respect me, you need to respect her.
Yeah, that's true.
So you cannot respect me and disrespect her and think that I'm going to respect what you've asked for. She's my wife. If anything, ask her if you can take a photo with me.
Very good. Excellent.
And that's what I said. Oh no, you're just being cheeky. I said, no. It's about respect. You need to respect the person that I'm with. This is my wife. Away from the screams when I'm performing, you're more than welcome to scream and cheer and everything else. If you want to throw a t-shirt at me because you want me to keep it, that's fine. I understand. You know what I mean? Because I need to respect you as a fan. But when you meet me, I'm with my wife, you need to respect her.
Yeah.
And it ends there. So I always do my best to ensure that everybody respects her for the person she is. If you meet me somewhere else and I'm alone and you want to take a photo, that's fine.
Okay.
But if I'm with my wife and you want to disrespect her, I will not respect you disrespecting my wife.
But you know, the thing is, they're allowed to take photos when you're with her.
Of course.
Only they have to come with respect.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's very rude though. Yeah, that's very. We're about to end. We've been talking for so long, and I think I still have.
We
a lot
haven't
of-
asked you a question.
Why are you asking me a question? This is my show.
Excuse me. We want to ask you a question. Well, I want to ask
Only
you a
he interviews me.
Oh, no.
No.
Roberto's going to switch it
Ask
up.
me.
Okay, so, first and foremost, congratulations on an amazing show.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
It has.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I need to applaud you and your team for amazing work. It is not easy. I know for a fact, you know, coming off from TV and having that platform and then now being able to do things by yourself and your
Yeah.
team, it's not easy. I want to congratulate you and your team. You guys are doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would you say has been your greatest challenge this far?
With the show.
Yeah, with the show and pretty much just handling everything.
You know, like really, it's really about convincing people firstly to say this is good content, watch it, like it, to get the numbers, and also just, you know, logistics when you're starting, you're doing everything yourself, your money is coming from your pocket. It's not easy. You have to do that every week. People expect you to look a certain way, they want you to look good, so all that stress is on you, and also just coming up with good content. Who is thinking of the guest that will come and give you good content? Sometimes you get a guest that will not move people at all, but sometimes things work out in a good way. So all that is just like every week stress. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Final question. Have you ever had a guest who really pissed you off midway and you thought, you know what, this interview is in now?
Pissed me off. You know, I
Okay, maybe
it's-
maybe not piss you off.
it's difficult to piss me off, eh? I take a lot to get
Maybe not piss you off, but like midway in the show, you feel like, you know what?
Yeah,
This,
maybe it's like what you asked me earlier. It's really about some guests. You really have to push them. They're not giving you a certain vibe. You know, you're not. There's no chemistry with your guests. So those are you just want it to end, but you try your best to make it.
So
come-
you've had a show like
Yeah.
a guest like that.
Yeah.
How many?
Mm,
No, I'm not asking for names. I'm just asking like how many.
I remember one vividly. I think two. Yeah.
Two. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Names.
And you handled both of them very well.
Because you don't notice.
Yeah, because it was almost seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
You have an idea which guest it was?
No, I know exactly who they
Even I
were.
know.
Because I
Oh,
remember
my-
watching, but she handled them very well.
Very well.
How come I missed? Oh,
You need to be watching the Hellen show. That's what
No, I
you need to
haven't.
do.
Yeah.
Helen, you missed. How did you not tell me such things?
Why?
You and me are like, hold on, like,
I know.
You know what? God,
Gossip partners.
gossip about a lot of things. No, but like,
Yeah,
in all
but-
honesty, congratulations.
And
you guys
thank you for
have been
that
doing
post.
amazing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're
Oh
more than
yes, that
welcome.
post was
Thank
amazing.
you.
You're more than welcome.
No, but it hasn't been easy. I can't lie if I say it was all roses. Sometimes there are weeks when I don't feel like I should shoot. I just want to sit back and cancel. So you just have to continue and just say, okay, I'm going to shoot because I have to have a show. And there are I respect one thing. I respect the people that follow, the people that have subscribed, the people that take time to watch. I respect them. So most of the time I feel like I've been telling my husband, said, you know, we can make a sniffing and shooting. But then I think about the people that are waiting, that have committed themselves to saying, we watch this show every Tuesday. Because I know sometimes you have technical challenges and you don't post on Tuesday, or maybe you don't post the time because it's up at 7 a.m. People inbox you, they'll call you and say, what happened? We're waiting. So I respect the fact that there are people that are waiting to watch. And I have to give them what I've told them I'll be, because it's like I promised to be giving you this content every week. So I have to do that. So that's also something that it's a challenge on my part, but I'm happy to do it because those are people that have believed in what I can do.
I think we need to come and interview you on your own show.
You should.
I think like the three of us should prepare questions for you and just like read it. Yeah.
From all sides.
Yeah.
We should.
Do that on your next.
I think I'm sure you have a story to tell based on from the time you started to where you are today.
It's been a journey.
I can imagine, right?
It's had tears. It's had it's been a lot. But we thank God we're here.
We do. I've been wanting to interview, I think, from the time it was on TV first. And when mentioned, I think when she closed off, that was what, season 1, 2?
I think season 2 when I
Season 2,
had
yes,
you
when
on.
you-
Oh, this is the second time I'm having you on a close of a season.
On a close of a season.
Yeah.
So when she had us and I told her, I think one thing I can't wait to do is interview her on her own show and see, because then we'd have to differentiate being best friends and also just her being a personality. So it's one of those things. But it's been a great season, I think, for you. You've wowed everybody. And seeing as even the platform you have for your show is not the easiest for somebody, because the thought of people is bundles, it's what, but you've put numbers, and that's amazing. I'm just asking one question. Are we looking forward to another season, and what are we looking for?
Yes, something better. We're trying, me and my team are sitting down and we're trying to see how we can make it better for everyone else, for us ourselves, because you also get tired of what can we do different. So we're trying to work on that, and we're hoping 2021 will give you something better, and we hope you guys will continue watching and supporting. And
We will.
We
You
shall.
will have to, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we may be going to we'll be going to Mingotainment as well. So it will be YouTube, Mingotainment. So all those platforms, guys, you have to do something. You have to download your Mingotainment app and watch the show. Yeah.
We will.
We shall.
I know you will.
Yeah. We will.
You have to. It's a must. So guys, we're about to end the show. I don't know if you have any last words.
No, I just want to say we wish you all the best, Hellen, and we're very proud of you.
Thank you. You've already said it.
Cheers.
You've already said it.
Yeah. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you, and I'm grateful you guys accepted to come on the show again. Yeah, so I'm happy, I'm humbled, I'm excited to have you interviewed me for the second time. Every time he comes on the show, he interviews me. But I'm happy to be on your platform. It's a huge platform. I have to be nervous to get there. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support, subscriptions. I didn't expect to be aiming to have all these numbers. I thought maybe I'll have 20K by the end of the year, but the numbers have been growing so fast. Thank you so much, and stay tuned. We're hoping to give you something greater next year. So keep following us on social media. Bye-bye. Alright guys, thank you so much for supporting us throughout, and I just want to say thank you for the people that have made this episode possible. Lilove Entertainments, Lilove Investments rather, they have clubs, Club Lilove's in Choma, Kalumbila. You'll be able to see all the other places scrolling down, just be reading through. They have a car hire, that's why we have this limo. You want to have a limo on your special event, or you just feel like feeling bougie the way you wanted to feel today. You can call them. The numbers are all down there. Just get there. And also, they do deco. So you have an event, birthday, wedding, kitchen parties. They'll be able to make your event look good. So make sure you call the numbers. And I just love the fact that they really want to push women empowerment. So this business is 30% owned by a woman. Let's support them. Call the numbers for car hiring. If you feel like having some entertainment, you can visit their clubs as well. So deco as well. You want to make that event look good, and you want to feel bougie like us today, call them. Thank you so much, guys.